Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Star Wars. We're going to talk about fans noping out from Star Wars, people that have been fans of Star Wars for a long time, people who have spent a good deal of time, money, resources, talent, cosplaying, and they're done. They're done, and they're getting pushback for just saying, hey, I'm not into Disney Star Wars anymore, for a variety of reasons. This thread I thought was pretty interesting. This is a cosplayer, I guess, Adrienne Curry, who has almost 300,000 followers. And she put a post up yesterday, it was making the rounds, saying that she's been done with Star Wars since 2017. And
a lot of people are.
A lot of people are. And she had other people comment that were also cosplayers, saying they left the 501 first and they're done.
Well, interestingly enough, on the earnings call today, we mentioned a couple times, they didn't mention Star Wars. Like, that was one thing you think they'd bring up because they have a Mandalorian movie coming, but at least they have the Acolyte. Like, they're mentioning Deadpool and Wolverine, they're mentioning movies for next year. You'd think they'd mention, oh, on the Star Wars front, we have the Acolyte coming and Skeleton Crew coming. They said nothing about Star Wars. Like, they didn't even want to be asked about it. They deliberately avoided it. They just stepped right over it. Like, I was, holy crap, you know?
Because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing how far Star Wars has fallen on Disney's watch, and they've lost a lot of longtime fans.
And it was so easy to get right.
It was very easy to get right. And, you know, I'm going to be honest, like, even my feelings we were talking about before we started recording, my feelings toward the original trilogy have changed. Like, I've cooled off, and it's not me being a man baby or anything, but, like, I have fond memories of going to see Return of the Jedi when I was a kid and playing with my figures in the dirt with the neighbors and stuff like that. But like, I don't think I've watched the original trilogy since The Last Jedi came out.
I'm the opposite. I still like the original trilogy. I still like the books. I still like those things. I don't like the new stuff from Disney. And again, if you like it, that's cool. You're allowed to like it. Like if somebody's out there liking it, but they're not harassing those who don't, they're just enjoying it on their own, you're allowed to like it. The problem becomes when people are being harassed over liking it or not liking it is when we step in. But it's not for me. I don't like it. I don't like what Disney's done to Star Wars. I don't think people in general like it, which is why it's falling, off a cliff.
So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Not many woohoos from the Star Wars fandom these days. I mean, it feels very muted. I know May the 4th came and went, and nobody really seemed to care.
Well, they kept saying for a movie about space wizards for kids, there was hardly any kids that showed up to like the they went down to the Disney parks with their lightsabers and stuff. Yeah, hardly any kids were there. It was all adults.
Yeah, I mean that's just it. Like Star Wars is not resonating with kids. They've failed, and it's weird. We were talking about on the Pirates and Princesses podcast. We were talking about the Phantom Menace box office. And it actually did fairly well, but that was the last time I can remember kids actually being excited about Star Wars was when the prequels came out, the Clone Wars came out. Because as soon as Disney Star Wars came out, after, oh boy, BB-8's really cute, and then that was it though. You don't hear about kids being like super into Kylo Ren or I'm sure there are, but not like when we were kids where like every kid was dressed as Darth Vader for Halloween.
If that was the case, the toys would have sold.
Right.
And you know what? It's funny. I do like the Angel Tree at Christmas and stuff, like different like charities, and they have lists, and they never ask for Star Wars. Never.
No, that is really interesting. Because even when Squid King was little, Clone Wars was popular, the prequels were popular, the Galactic Heroes were popular, Lego Star Wars was huge, the games were huge. We used to play him all the time when he was little. But yeah, kids today don't care. They tried doing something with it with that like Young Jedi cartoon or something, and that stuff's already on clearance. It's just not sticking.
Ollie's.
Yeah, it's gonna be at Ollie's, just like every other Star Wars anything. So let's talk about this post. She's a cosplayer. She says, "Spent my entire life loving Star Wars.
Same.
I thought Rogue One was solid.
Same.
I have never had anything more destroyed for me.
Same.
I'm allowed to not like what it is anymore.
Truth.
I'm not trying to be edgy or anything. I think all the shows and new movies suck.
Truth.
My Imperial Officer was my last cosplay I ever did in 2017 when I retired from con. Also a shadow of what it once was. That actually is true. Conventions have fallen off greatly especially during the pandemic. But it's one of the few she actually kept because she loved it so. But she's like, yeah, I'm done. Like, I was all about Star Wars and I'm done. This guy, Hyperguyver 2, says, I'm right there with you. Thanks to Disney, I quit the Rebel Legion, the 501st, and the MMCC and sold off all my Star Wars costumes except one, and that's because I built this one myself. The firing and public shaming of Gina Carano was the last straw, and I haven't looked back since.
A lot of people were mad about that.
And she says to him, they reinvented it for stupid people. It's not your fault. This person here, Boston Writer, says same. Rogue One and/or Mando Season 1 and parts of Season 2 were the only good things to come out of the new regime. What they did to Gina Carano kind of put the nail in the coffin for me. Their next project could be amazing, but I don't like giving money to bullies.
Well, what are people? You said people were tweeting her and having comments.
Yeah, they were. So this is where it gets interesting. Of course, we had people defending Disney stores.
They're making it about politics.
Yeah,
oh my God.
About politics. We have Kevin Schultz, co-host of Martini Window, him. What's with these people, normally on the conservative side of things, making this huge pompous statement about how Star Wars is all that's ever existed in my mind, runs through my veins, etc., only to follow it with, but now I hate all of it because of woke. Just move the fuck on.
So Kevin here is going to mansplain and talk about things and be a misogynistic prick to this woman because she doesn't agree with him. And I love this. You know, these people like basically implying that they're fake fans. Like, you ran in my veins and you're not a real fan now because you just need to move on. But meanwhile, I actually have a character named after me because I liked it so much, Kevin. I mean, you can't tell people they aren't fans just because they don't agree with what you like. So maybe you should stick it up your ass and stop being a misogynistic prick and move the fuck on, Kevin. You could have just not commented. Kevin.
Aiden Pride says, these are the fans that Disney turned away. These are the fans that kept the franchise alive between movies for 50 years, the ones that bought merch, books, attended conventions, etc. Someday, some historian will write a book about how Disney killed the golden goose.
It's ridiculous. And I mean, Disney did. They completely destroyed. You have to try to ruin Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it seems like they are like actively out there trying because every time they make a decision, I'm just sitting here like that is like the one thing I wouldn't have done. I mean, why do you have Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine with Leia? Like,
yeah, that made
what
no
the
sense.
fuck?
That made no
sense.
sense.
And how the hell is Kathleen Kennedy still the job? I don't understand this at all.
They ruined the franchise. I'll never buy the latest sequels or any of the other rubbish movies they release, this person says. I've thought about trashing my DVDs of the original 3 movies. I can't stand those actors now, so it's hard to watch the movies and enjoy them.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you have Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill got weirdly political.
It was just really weird, and it was just stupid. It's nothing to do. I'm not even a Trump. People are like, you like Trump? Like, no, I don't really like that Trump that much. But the Biden thing was just fucking weird.
It was cringy.
It was cringy. Yes, it was just like, dude, it's gone off the deep end. He's sniffing Biden.
Commissar AOC Alan Ocasio-Cortez. I find myself in a similar situation. I was one of those people that made Star Wars their personality, but ever since Disney released the sequels, it literally killed my love of Star Wars. I couldn't care less about the franchise. Nothing Star Wars related, new or old, interests me. That's kind of where I'm at right now, and I hate that.
Yeah, they can't even bank on the classics anymore because they're just turning people off from that.
Yeah. Actual fucking nerd queen. In fact, they ran her off as old proof anyone needs that Disney Star Wars is a catastrophe. This is the thing. It's like, look, this is like one example, but given that the mainstream media is it finally, after years of attacking people, acknowledging that Star Wars is broken, and Disney won't even acknowledge Star Wars during their earnings call.
Look at these headlines. Relentless mediocrity is killing Star Wars. The Force has left Lucasfilm. They're talking about, go down, Disney's a failing brand. I know there was one that they had, Liam Neeson saying that it's diluting the franchise.
Now it's interesting though, because we're talking about, the Phantom Menace, even like people, I think, appreciate the prequels more now that we've had Disney Star Wars. It's almost like the monkey's paw. It was like, if only we could get Star Wars away from George Lucas, somebody else could make better Star Wars than him. Well, you got what you wanted, didn't you? You got what you wanted, and here's where we're at. Like, even with the prequels, even with the Clone Wars, Star Wars wasn't a dead brand. Clone Wars toys, prequel toys, they actually sold. They did. You never saw anything Star Wars on clearance ever. And
you
now
did those ones with the voice chips. I
well,
think,
yeah, some of the,
'cause those
okay,
were, like, annoying.
I will give you that because they had a ton of Phantom Menace toys. Yeah, they did. They had a bunch of the one like Naboo pilot guy and some Jar Jars.
Is that the one my ferret liked? The Naboo ship.
Yeah, Ty. Yeah, he loved the Naboo ship. I actually had the Naboo ship, and he was dragging it around because
it would make noise.
It would make noise. He loved it. It was like 3 times as big as he was. It was crazy. But like you didn't see this stuff on clearance like you do now, and it just rots. I mean, there are Rey figures from 2015 from The Force Awakens sitting at Ollie's. $3. They can't give them away.
I was just there the other day, and I think I put a video up on Twitter, and there was just rows and rows and rows, and now it's Star Wars and Marvel just plugging the shelves at Ollie's.
And Masters of the Universe too.
Yeah,
that's starting to show up there too. So
that thing's great. Just ask those people on Twitter.
But it has. I mean, the Disney sequels have damaged, and the Disney Plus shows have damaged everything because even the retro figures, the Kenner style figures, popular characters, original trilogy characters are not selling. Luke Skywalker with an X-wing and Grogu, they still have them at Ollie's for $5. Like. This never would have happened. If any of the figures were on clearance, it was like the leftover crap that nobody wanted. And you're seeing like brand new lines getting punted over to Ollie's, like brand new Mando and Ahsoka retro figures.
Yeah, there's from Ahsoka Mandalorian. They have like the Black Label figures and stuff like that. They're just sitting on the shelves.
Yeah.
At Ollie's.
Yeah, it's a disaster. So, I mean, we're going to see a lot more of this. And I think most people aren't going to make a big deal about it. They're just going to walk away. Most people
I think that most normies are. They're just walking away. But Star Wars doesn't even mention it. People just are turning away from it because they're bored with it. They don't like the direction it's going. They're told that they're not wanted there anyway. So fine, you get what you want. You don't want us? There you go.
Oh, she fought back against this guy.
She never said it. She never said that.
She said, where did I say woke? Stop being a manipulative clown trying to use what I said about terrible quality shows and movies to twist it into politics.
Yes, that's not what she said at all.
I'm going off your past statements, the way you displayed yourself, especially during the pandemic. Ooh. But what? Because she said about, mask mandates and shit?
I don't know, but this is,
Also, I can read between the lines, but in the spirit of fairness, might I ask what specifically has made you suddenly hate everything about something you apparently loved? What a douche, go away. They always do this.
Good answer, great job. This is a dude telling a woman what to think, but he's pissed because, they're mad because they don't like the new Star Wars because it's finally woke and open for everyone. And then they sit there and behave this way.
Oh my God. Do you think she gets that the Empire was America?
So he's going to keep doubling down, harassing a woman.
Shit.
Over it. Back off, Kevin.
That's ridiculous.
What, is this the only attention you got today, Kevin? How you follow 285 followers? Hot damn there, Kevin. You wrote and directed something for Tubi? Is that what that said?
Yeah.
Like nobody gives a shit about you, Kevin. You just go out around trying to harass women to get attention.
What is it? What is it with Kevin's?
With you, Kevin.
What is it with Kevin's? So there we go,
I know
guys.
some good Kevins though.
Yeah, there are some good Kevins.
Our friend Kevin's really good. Is a good Kevin.
Yes, we have a friend named Kevin. So there we go. I don't know if he still likes Star Wars or not, though. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know.
He likes Strawberry Shortcake.
So do I. So there you go. Are we gonna wrap this up, please?
We're gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.